Hey everyone, I'm Hanan Rubinstein, and I just got the new Fathom pedal from Walrus Audio, and it's pretty amazing. Check it out. The mix knob, super important. Just like all the other Walrus stuff, it's a blend between the dry and whatever the pedal is. So this one, obviously, the Reverb and the dry. And it's really nice, especially when you have just a tiny bit of reverb happening. The dry tone stays what it is, and you don't have to jack up your sound just because you want to use a little bit of reverb. A lot of pedals I own, regardless of how much reverb you're using, the dry tone gets to go through all that circuitry. That's kind of a bummer, you know, if you spend a lot of money on gains and compression and all kinds of EQs just to get your tone right, and then for the sake of reverb you jack it up. So that's definitely appreciated. Another thing I really like about this pedal is the modulation, where you can have the reverb trails go up and down with pitch. You can hear it. If right now I have it on the plate setting, and it's on the high modulation setting on the toggle switch, which is the most aggressive, as you can hear. You hear the pitch of the reverb going up and down. That's really nice when you're playing chords. It almost sounds like I'm using the trem bar, but I'm not. Now, if I did use a trem bar, it'd be really nice because it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. So, versus. I mean, again, not to mention that the reverb sound is super nice, but also that movement in the pitch is really hip. I like it. When you move the X knob higher on the Hall and plate setting, it gives you a longer pre-delay. So, meaning if you want the reverb to kick in a little later, so you have more of the dry sound first. I like that when I'm playing lines because it gives me a little bit more articulation. You hear the modulation? That's a little too much for me, but you can just switch it to the low setting, and then you get... You can barely hear it. It's a tiny bit of movement, but it's really nice. again, the articulation is all there. I mean, you hear every note. So next up, I have the pedal on the Lo-Fi program, and it's really nice. I should mention that the X knob on this setting doesn't do the pre-delay, but it does the bandwidth of how this is the international sign for bandwidth. It controls how lo-fi the setting is. So check it out. If I play it as is, all the way to the left, it's super nasal and telephony, but as I dial it up, hear it opening? I actually like it all the way open. Turn the mix up a little bit. Maybe the decay down. The dampen knob is also cool. It takes off the high end like you would on a plate. That's a really cool sound. Maybe even lower the decay a little bit more. Kind of funky. Lower the mix. With that. Still cool, but the vibe is gone. Anyway, I don't know, but it's a cool vibey setting. You know, you get all kinds of tones out of this pedal. That's why I like it. Another feature I really like on this pedal is the sustain momentary switch. I'm not sure if it just cranks up the feedback, but you just literally get that sustain vibe. Super useful. You know, sometimes you want moments of big reverb, but you can't just have it cranked up on the whole song because you're going to flood everything. So, you know, it's nice to have that knob too. Like, for example, if you're playing Chucks, you know, let me lower the decay a little bit. Dampen it up a little bit. So here's my setting. Pretty short, but if I hold that moment. Go and you're back to the original setting. It's really nice. Like if you're playing Chucks, you know, and you want one of them to just sync through the track or whatever, you just use that feature, and it's great for that.